up, YouTube? It's your girl, Banger Girl, and I'm back with another banger. Today, I'm going to show you how to mix your beats like industry pros. If you follow these 5 key steps, you'll learn how to mix your beats and transform them into radio quality versions. So before we get into the video, please make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And hit that notification bell so you're kept up to date with all the content that I'm dropping on this channel. So without further ado, let's get it. Sorry, YouTube. I'm just trolling you. I'm not going to be teaching you how to mix your beats like an industry professional because the honest to God truth is I don't know how to do it myself. What I look like showing y'all how to do something that I don't know how to do. But I told myself in 2023, I wanted to take my music production to the next level, and that includes improving my mixing and mastering skills. So today, for the first time ever, I'm going to be mixing one of my beats from start to finish and recording it and putting it on YouTube. And hopefully at the end of this video, one of 2 things will happen. I surprise myself and I surprise you guys, and I actually put forth a quality mix, or B, it's super duper trash and I gotta go back to the drawing board. A lot of times when you're watching music producers on YouTube, they all seem to like just know how to do everything out the gate. And the reality is there are some people who are great music producers and just don't know how to mix and master, or vice versa. So I just wanted to be transparent with my channel and just show you guys, hey, I'm starting from the ground up and I want to challenge myself and see if I could actually mix a beat. One of my good friends who's kind of like a mentor to me, he's been mixing and engineering for such a long time. His name is Sharif. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to mix and master one of my beats, and then I'm going to send it to Sharif and I want him to critique it live on YouTube because I trust his judgment. He's been mixing and mastering for such a long time. But either way, I feel like this is going to be a learning experience for myself. It's going to be hopefully a learning experience for you guys. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell. And without further ado, let's get it. So I got Logic Pro opened. I got the song loaded up that I'm going to be mixing. It's called Nobody. I put my headphones on so I can hear it better. And what I'm going to do first is play for you just a little snippet, and then we're just going to get straight into the mixing. It's like an R&B vibe.
Banger Girl.
Alright, so that's the snippet. It's just an R&B vibe, kind of like a little 90s inspired. So I'm just gonna get into the mix. I do have like some familiarity with EQs and compressors. I know you put those on, you know, your instruments to kind of make it sound better. Off the bat, I'm going to use one of Logic's vintage EQ. I know that the kick lives in like this area. It has some low end, but the crux of it is in that's like 100 to 200 area. So with that, I'm going to cut off some of the lows. I'm going to boost in that 110 area. I'm going to take some of the mid frequency back and some of the high. Maybe boost the output, and then I'm going to change, what does it sound like? Can we notice a difference? Yeah, I can notice a difference a little bit. I'm gonna add some compression. I'm gonna turn off all the like automatic knobs that are pressed rather. All right, so I know as far as compressor goes, the attack and release for like, I think snares and kick drums should be quick because you don't want the you want the compressor to hit and then come right off. So I'm gonna leave it. Oh, I like the way that sounds. I got like 20, 50. You have the kick drum leading, and then all the other instruments should just come in like under the kick, if that makes sense. So it shouldn't overpower the kick. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the vintage console EQ, the stock EQ in Logic. I'm going to boost the mids. I'm going to take out the lows. I'm going to add a compressor as well. I know it seems like I know what I'm doing, and I kind of know how to use these plugins, but I just don't know if I'm using it right. I know somebody's going to come in the comments and going to just read me a new one because I'm doing everything wrong, but hey man, there's no shame in my learning game. I think I want my kick to hit more. It's not hitting. So let me open up the compressor. I put a little distortion because I think that just changes like the sound of it, like the color of it a little bit. All right. Then we go to the closed hat. Turn it down a little bit. I just wanted to sit under the drum and the snare. I already had, I guess I had a channel EQ on it. As you can see in the analyzer, the hi-hat lives in this like space over here between like 4K and like, I don't know, 10K. So I'm just gonna boost it a little bit in that area and then just take out some of the lows because this is just like extra space. I don't know if I'm supposed to put a compressor on the hi-hat, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. Just a little bit. I can't tell if this sounds good or not. I can't tell. I cannot tell if it sounds good or not. All right, so now we go to the open hat. And you know, I didn't mention this. But I color coordinated my tracks. I don't really do that in the production stage, but I've like seen a lot of videos and I've spoken to a few like engineers, and that's what they do. It just helps them organize better. So I figure if I'm gonna become a mixing and mastering engineer by the end of the year, that's my goal. I want to improve my mixes and masters so exponentially by the end of the year. So if I'm gonna be that, I need to just throw myself into it completely. So that is why I color coordinated the tracks. So I'm just gonna drag and drop the EQ that I have on the closed hat, and I'm just gonna put it on the open hat, and then that's just how we're gonna do it. Now I have like this distorted hat sound because the hi-hat, the open hi-hat and the distorted hi-hats are all in the same frequency. I just don't want them to sound like they're clashing with each other. So I need to add something to create a little bit of motion. Some people do that by adding like a pan effect, or they'll add like a tremolo effect. Silly me, I thought a pan and a tremolo was just the same thing, you know, like a fancy way of saying the same thing. But in all actuality, I Googled it, and a tremolo, what it does is it increases and decreases the volume of, let's say, a track that you put the tremolo effect on. And it does it in a way that kind of gives the illusion that it's moving, that there's movement. Like, let's say it's moving from left to right, but all it's doing is just increasing and decreasing the sound. And I found that, I thought it was kind of dope. Like, that's ill, like that it does that, and you kind of think that it's doing something else when it's not. But anyway, that was just a tangent. So this is the tremolo. I'm gonna single out the solo out the closed hi-hat. Hopefully you can hear the effect. So it's gonna change every one bar up. That's how I want it. And I'm going to move the depth a little bit so it's not like, I guess when you increase the depth, that's the intensity of it. I don't want it that intense. I just want it subtle. So that's what I'm gonna do for that. So now it feels like the closed hat is moving and the open hat is staying like in the center. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna pan the distorted hats just to the left a little bit. So now I break up the movement. Now we're about to get to the 808. The 808 scares me. It just scares me. I don't know why. So I definitely want to add a distortion. I'm going to use Logic stock distortion just because it's not too shabby. So automatically you can hear how it like just transforms to 808. But I don't want it that powerful. I like this already. All right, so basically what I did was I boosted, I added the distortion and I boosted at 120 hertz, so it just gives it like the different tone. But I like 120, I like that pocket. And then I just added like 8 dBs of drive. Now I'm going to add a EQ on top of that. I'm gonna boost the low gain. You know what? I don't even know if I need a compressor, like an EQ. I'm just gonna go straight to the compressor because I like how it sounds. All right, so 808s is a little bit different than like a kick because it moves, it has like movement. So I think the attack is supposed to be a little bit, you know, it doesn't have to go as fast and the release doesn't have to go as fast as either. I'm gonna add a little gain. All right. I'm debating if I should add an EQ. You know what? I'm gonna add the channel EQ. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so on my channel, I got the distortion. I got some, like a little bit of compression. And then I'm gonna add some EQ. I'm gonna boost it, like right here. I'm gonna take some out around here. I'm gonna take some of the high. The reason why I cut at like 100 is because I think the kick drum is boosted a little bit over there. So I just don't want it to compete with that frequency. And then I want it to just rest under the kick drum. I don't want it to compete. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you. I think this sounds pretty good, which scares me because it probably sounds horrible when I go into my car, when I play it on the monitors. But hey, man, right now in these headphones, it doesn't sound too bad. I don't know how you guys are hearing it yet because I'm listening to it in my headphones. Maybe when I go back and like actually edit this video, I'm gonna be super duper embarrassed, but man, whatever. All right, there's a few things that I want to do. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to send the drum to its own bus. It's gonna go into the drum bus. Whatever effects I have on the drum bus is gonna be applied to all of those tracks at the same time, and then it's gonna go out to the stereo output. Sounds like a lot, and it is kind of like when I first learned about how buses work and all that stuff. But then when I started kind of getting used to it, I'm like, oh yeah, bus, oh, easy peasy. So I'm gonna add a tape machine on my drum bus. It just adds like, just some, you see, like just a little, it automatically just makes it sound more cohesive. So I know some of y'all are probably wondering how I like learned all this stuff. Again, like I watch so many YouTube videos and I'm always in studios. I'm always just trying to learn. Like I learn as much as I can every day as it relates to music, as it relates to just anything of interest for me. I just try to learn as much as I can. I just think it's so important because, you know, you just might surprise yourself. I want to add a delay to the hi-hat. Now there's two ways that you could do it. I could just add the delay as like an effect plugin and just put it here. But what I want to do is create a delay bus because I anticipate that I'll be using the same delay bus for like other instruments, just not the open hat. So instead of putting it individually on each track, I'm just going to have it on its own bus. And I'm going to use Logic's stereo delay. Alright, so I like how the drums are sounding. I might tweak it later at the end, but I kind of want to just get started on the melodies. I have about 6 synth sounds, so it's going to be a process, but hopefully I could get through it really fast. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything too crazy. I have like a channel EQ. I have a little reverb. I took out the lows and I took out a lot of the highs. And I added this like drip plugin. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Kyle Beats, but he put out a plugin that just adds like texture and color to basically melodies, 808s, anything you put it on. Maybe the only thing that I would do, just try to open it up a little bit more, you know? But I'm cool with that sound. I wouldn't really change anything. On my second synth, again, I have some production effects. This is how I want, you know, these sounds to sound. So yeah, there's an EQ on it and there's a drip plugin, but the EQ is not like for mixing purposes. It's mainly for like the production sound, if that makes sense. Both of these kind of sit in the same frequency, right? So I have to create some type of separation. So I'm just gonna pan them left to right. I'm gonna see how this sounds. Again, it has high pass, low pass, EQ. I'm gonna let out some of the lows because I like that little punchy sound. Kind of gives like a bell effect. And I want to bring out the sound a little bit. So I'm gonna add this fresh air. I don't know what it is. Is it a reverb? I have no idea what it is. I guess it's a reverb because it gives like an air sound to whatever sound you put it on. I'm gonna go with the Presence Pop. Just to add a little something to it. What I'm gonna do on synth number 4 is I'm going to just add a little bit delay. Let me see how it sounds on this one. Yeah, I think it's better on this sound. So then we go to synth 6. On synth 6, I have the Pancake. Who is this by? I think Cable Guys. Let me just see. Yeah, Cable Guys. So basically just, it's like automated panning. I just have a simple pan on it. And then I also have the drip plugin, the Apex. Definitely want to bring out some of these sounds. See, the thing is like, which probably makes this very difficult to mix, because you want to get each nuanced sound, and I don't want it to sound like overpowering. So I'm going to pan this to the right, boost it a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna send the synths to their own bus as well. The question is, what am I gonna add on it? I don't know. Saturation, a little saturation. I just want to bring it up cohesively, like. I want to add plate. I want to add a plate reverb to my drums. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with a simple classic plate. I'm gonna add it extremely, and then I'm just gonna take it back. Hey, hey. This is tricky because I really don't know how to mix boxes. I have a little like plugin on them. I just follow where the frequencies are. I boost and I take out. I'm gonna turn on the mix a little bit. Alright, YouTube, so I think I got my mix sounding somewhat decent. I'm just gonna play a little bit once through.
Banger girl.
There you got it, YouTube. Again, like I said, I'm not a mixing and mastering expert. I'm not an engineer, but I want to learn how to, just get better at it. So I'm going to keep challenging myself. I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep critiquing myself and having others critique me until I get to a place where I feel very confident in my skills. I want to encourage you guys to step out of your comfort zone and do certain things that you are not 100% familiar with or comfortable doing, just to challenge yourself. You might surprise yourself. And I'm a firm believer that if you work at something, continue to work at something, you put in the whatever X amount of hours into it, you will see improvements and you will get better. And that's what I'm hoping for myself. And that's what I'm hoping for anybody who watches my videos and anything that they do. And I think I'm going to kind of stay on this type of vibe, like just doing more music production videos, showing you how I make beats like Afro beats and R&B and trap, all that good stuff. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm tired. I've been mixing this joint for like an hour, and now I'm gonna have to edit my video and downsize it to about like 50 minutes, but I'm just pooped. I need to go lay down. So I hope you liked it, and until next time, peace.